I love how she announces it to us, right?
I
Anybody,
know.
good morning. Anybody who does Zoom knows that whenever there's a recording, you're announced. I'm sure that, and I've said this before, I'm sure that this comes out of a lawsuit, which is fine.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not probably not fine about the lawsuit, but it's fine that she announces it. So anyway, good morning, Tammy.
Morning, Julie.
We are, it's so funny when you're on my screen, you're to my left, but when I play it back, you're on the right.
Is it? Okay.
So now I'm going to try it this way and see if it works.
I know.
Here's
I always go like this because I'm never sure which side you end up on.
So, I'm Julie Hawkins, a biz psychic, and this is
Tammy Langowski, tammy'sintuitive.com.
And we are two psychic moms.
Yes.
And yeah, we are.
Yeah,
we love it when we, oh gosh, where to start?
With a breath.
That's
a good place to start.
Yeah, so we decided a while ago, it's not quite a year, I don't think.
Yeah.
That we would like to do this work together. And that's how we became two psychic moms together. And we channel about spirit and usually our cats or other cats or, really whatever spirit sends us. And we also answer questions and we channel the answers to those questions. And then you find us on YouTube and we really, really, really love your support. I can't tell you how much that means to us and your questions. Mm-hmm. And please share on your social media so we can get more people to submit questions, because the more questions we answer, the better it is for everybody. So,
yeah, agreed. Makes it more exciting when we have your questions to work with. I mean, we can come up with our own. Our guides will pop in things for us, but yeah.
And there was one today from my loyal client, Daphne. And so I'm going to read it in a minute, but I do want to say that I found and uploaded some pictures of my cats, not all of them. And I will rotate after the channel session when it's just us chatting about the cats. And then you can actually see my cats if you're not on social media with me. Anyway, that's another story. So we can be found at. For me, tammy'sintuitive.com. You can find me on social media, Tammy's Intuitive Services, Instagram and Facebook. And I've also just started a Tammy's channel chats. I had to think of the title for a minute, that I just started as well. So if you want some more channel messages, Julie and I will continue doing our thing too. And then I have that little separate thing. So that's how you can find me and Julie. We'll play this back and go, what were we doing?
Yeah, I know. Exactly.
I'm at juliehawkins.com, bizpsychic.com, or just any of those that you plug into. Really, I'm not on Insta anymore. I'm going to take down any Insta. I don't use it. So what's the point? And I'm just not sure how long Facebook will last either. Or LinkedIn for that matter, but you generally search me under my name for that, not to be confused with Julie Hawkins, the artist, because people get confused apparently.
Interesting.
Yeah, our social media is very similar. I've even gotten people submitting resumes for her.
Really? Well, that's funny. I've never come across her that. Yeah. Interesting.
Uncommon name, and it's my married name, and I just thought it would be easier to keep, so I kept it. So, all right. So Daphne gives us a question, and it's not a new question per se, but it's timely, and brings up the whole topic really of climate change. But her question specifically is, yeah, she sometimes she says she likes my political rants. So thank you. I'm glad somebody does. I had a couple of questions.
Others do too.
The others don't, and that's fine. That's what the mute button is for. She says, I had a couple of questions on this drought. How long will the drought last? When will this drought lessen in severity? Will there be fresh produce shortages and drastic increases in food prices? Oh, it's the start of the new normal. That's what so when I tuned into this morning, I got this drought is not going to change. And in fact, it's going to be a ride, we're going to call it. It's not even so much something cyclical that we can track. It is going to be changeable and ongoing. And so as they were telling me this, I was like, is it too late? And they said, no, it is not too late, but we have reached, we are close to reaching that tipping point. And we really have to work really hard at this now. It is no longer half measures. It is no longer, please stop the politics about this. It's just ridiculous. This is not a political issue. It is an issue of our survival, because as temperatures rise in some places and rains increase in others, and cyclones and tornadoes in others, and all these become extreme weather, people are dying. And it's going to continue that way. It will continue that way. We are not equipped to sustain triple digit temperatures, and things are melting. And if you think you can just go, oh, well, I'll go turn on the air conditioner, because that's kind of what went through my head at first. Well, there isn't going to be a power grid eventually. And so Tammy's guides so wisely told us, get your emergency kits ready. We don't know when we'll need them. You may not need them this year. Maybe you'll need them next year. But you would be wise to have them. And having an external, like a power source. I don't, what's the word I'm looking for? That sometimes a generator.
Yeah. Sorry.
Power generator. Sometimes they're in my head and I'm in my head too, and I'm trying to get out of my head, and let them be in my head, and I can't find the right words. It would not be a bad idea either. And so, and your neighbors will either love you or hate you, one of the two.
Yeah.
So, it's not going to change for the better yet. We being the collective planet need to be more dedicated to this. It starts with you. It starts with you, your neighbors, your family, your community. And that's a good place to start. And, we never, I'm not going to say we, hold on a second. They like to say, you don't think it's real until it impacts you, even though it's impacting people all over the world. Mm-hmm. It is real. It is impacting them, and it will be impacting you in some form or fashion. And it's not a bad idea to start a garden and grow some of your own fruits and vegetables. We think that is not a bad idea. Mm-hmm. Tammy?
Did you say me?
Yes, Tammy. Okay, what are your guides and their thoughts?
Okay. Okay, so thank you for submitting that question, Daphne. And yeah, it's one that's a little concerning, isn't it? So I'm just looking down my phone at the question here when I'm looking down. Okay, I'm just going to go into drought. Okay, first thing I'm getting is we don't think it will last forever, but it will be here for some time to come. And when my guides for me use like some time to come, it means some time to come. It means we don't really have a date on that, or, we don't know, energy changes and so forth. And so we would see as we go along and look into that again. But that's the first thing I'm getting on it. It has been here. It will be here. It will continue to be here. And you both know, how funny, you both, that must be us. You both know how time is irrelevant. So how do you put a time on it other than this is the present time and this is what's happening at this time? So drought knows what it's doing. It has its purpose and meaning.
Does.
Whether it's something that is something you all want to have happen or doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's more like it has its own timing. They're kind of just showing me the planet Earth and the planet Earth having its timetable of things, and you know how things ebb and flow, and things can get better and then they can get worse. And that's what they're kind of showing me, first of all. Guides, I'm going to ask this too, along with it. How much do we need to be concerned about this drought? Very concerned, very concerned. And as you said, Julie, and they're referencing you and your guides, you know, we all have to do our part on this. So it's going to be about how important is it to you? Can you make it real for you? Can you make it your own personal experience? We would suggest that you do, because we know that when you make something your own personal experience, it becomes more personal. It becomes something to you. Therefore, thereby, then you wanting to do something about it. So please do conserve. We would say it's a very good idea to conserve right now and to take this very seriously. And I know I've said before, so I won't go into detail, but I know this was one of those drop-ins I had was drought, you know, pretty much right before it started coming up on the media. Not that we weren't hearing some things, but, you know, before it's really kind of been what it is now, it's really being talked more about. So when my guides, I'll just say it again, for me, when my guides drop in something, they really want me to know about it. And it always almost kind of concerns me, because I know it's something that cannot just be for me, but can be for everybody. And it's a warning. And that's what they did, is just gave me the word drought. And no explanation really needed, except there was probably one coming, if not, you know, having it already, like you said. How long will this drought last? Again, we're going to go to, we have no timetable on that, but we see it lasting for some time to come. I think there could be, I don't want to call it an end to it, but I think there could be some solutions or something that alleviates that a little bit more. But it's the collective coming together, just like with everything, that's going to mean something if we all are doing our part on that and conserving and taking it seriously. That's what they keep saying, taking it seriously. Will this drought lessen in severity? Over time, it gets better. It gets better as I almost hear as more solutions come in and people are doing their part. Mm-hmm. So I think that's a silver lining. That's a good part. And they say it hesitantly because they don't want us just to go, oh, good. Because then we may, you know, just think, okay, I can use the water, right? Yeah, I can just, oh, good. It's good. There's going to be an end. So that's why they're use caution with that. But we think there's going to be some other solutions that can be coming in. Will there be fresh produce shortages? This is a really good question. Yeah. Will there be fresh produce shortages and drastic increase of food prices? Fresh produce shortages. Yes, it does feel that there will be some of this coming. So they loved your idea of planting the garden, Julie, of what you mentioned. I mean, certainly not everybody can do that, but if you can and you're interested in doing that, it is a good idea. Agreed. And drastic increases of food prices. And guides, we say again, drastic increases. We've already seen some, you know, food increases, I think mainly from COVID things and things like that too, or pandemic stuff. But as a result of the drought, I would ask, would it be, you know, a drastic increase of food prices? Not necessarily. Not necessarily on that I'm getting anyway. But we do feel again, they keep saying, do your part. They just keep saying, do your part, do your part, do your part, conserve. They want you to treat water with respect. So if all of us really now had a new feeling about something that we take for granted, you know, obviously, right? We turn on the faucet, there's water. And I know all of us probably at one point, one time or another, do think about that. Like, wow, I'm kind of chuckling saying, remember the lifetimes when you couldn't just turn on a thing? You probably were in some of those lifetimes. Or you're just thinking about when, you know, the idea that many and some people across the world are not having to have that luxury as well. So start noticing, because the more that you love water, love your water, remember when you love things, it becomes more abundant. So they say, try that. Try loving every, you know, thank you shower, thank you water that's falling down upon me right now. As you turn on your faucet, be grateful, because that energy does go out and expands and actually brings in solutions and those opportunities that might be coming as a result of this drought. So we would say, in general, the obvious, start conserving, love your water, be aware of it, and really, they almost show me bowing to it, you know? So you get the idea of what that means. So that's what I'm getting. Hope that's helpful for you.
It so is. And I think we do. I have to be honest. I was standing at the kitchen sink one day and I was like, oh my God, I'm such a water waster. I need to stop this,
Yeah.
I just, yeah.
It's
We-
easy. I mean, it is easy to do. Again, if we just, we're used to it in our defense, right? So that's what they're saying is just, we've all done that, and then just shift the awareness is all they're saying. And I haven't lately been more, mainly because they dropped that big old word drought in my head for a reason. So, I have been trying to really, shut off the water at the sink or do it, just noticing more showers and things like that.
My showers are already short, but I'm thinking, I think I need to turn off my sprinklers, and let my grass die. Who cares?
That may be coming, right? We've seen that, right? We've seen that in the past when we've had droughts, people's lawns are going brown. And, we can say all the obvious, if you can do drip systems and things like that, that conserves water. And, I'm sure more will be coming out about that. I think they're right in that there are solutions that could probably happen I don't know. I don't know about this stuff, but I mean, I just think that there are probably some things that could help bring in water more to areas that are really needing it.
I have to tell you, for years, I have been saying, if we can build an oil pipeline, why don't we build a water pipeline?
Yeah, right. I remember you saying that.
I just will never understand these places that get these immense floods. Why do we not channel that into reservoirs and pipe? I just,
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
not brain surgery, and it's not hard, and it's not like if an oil spill happens, that's bad news. But it's not good if a water spill happens either, because we don't need that flood where it doesn't need to be, but it's just water, right? It's such a simple solution but apparently there's no money in it for something.
Yeah, well, that may be changing. It's going to be changing is what I'm hearing. And maybe that's what they're talking about, these solutions coming in that, it's like when sometimes people are very stubborn. They said when they finally get in that situation where they're forced to do some things, then sometimes that's when you start seeing change. But I agree with you.
And greedy. And so while you were talking, I did get, I feel, so it wasn't very specific, and I was also listening to you, but I felt like this coming year, it feels dry. It's like I taste dry, I feel dry, but the following winter, I feel like we're going to have more rain. So, but not enough to alleviate the already drought conditions. So, we have to go forward acting as if, even if we get it, and we must do our part. And they did say to me also, in terms of a timeline, that you will see changes for the positive over the next 10 to 20 years, but from now for the next 10 years, it's challenging. And
yes, it's going to be the learning curve, which I don't even know if it's fair to say that. I'm sure there are organizations and whoever that's looking into this, but it has been. But I think it's continuing to be that. And like you said, money talks and, all of that stuff, where they put their money into and what they decide to put their money into. But, when we're forced to it, when it comes down to it, when it's where they feel then there needs to be something, I think that's when things start kicking in. And I was just reading, Julie, of course, we're in the San Francisco Bay Area, South Bay in particular for Julie and I, but Mendocino, I was just reading a little thing on that they're really, really starting to hurt with their water big time. And it's kind of sad, so they were talking about shipping in and how, whether it's by train, shipping in water and things like that. So
that's what I'm saying.
Exactly. Yeah. Yep.
I just,
I think decisions are sometimes made, unfortunately, when it comes down to it, and it needs to happen. So I think maybe that's what these solutions that I'm hearing about is. Let's
So-
hope.
On a somewhat related, but well, on a political note. So I was watching a little bit of the testimony of 4 of the police officers who were attacked during the riot and the insurrection of January 6th. And my heart was just breaking, that not just for them, for all of us, that there's somebody who can perpetuate and then charismatically bring along these crazy people to follow him and perpetuate this horrible lie, all in the name because he didn't want to lose. Anyway, that's not why I started that, but that's what it boiled down to. And it made me think, so what's ahead for us? And they're saying it is touch and go. It is touch and go for the next year. You are still going to fight battles internally. They say you, they mean that the government, the federal government, even state governments are going to fight battles internally over this belief of stolen, not stolen, and this lie. And you must keep focused on the truth and exposing the lies and sharing the truth. You must keep focused on that, because your republic and your way of life depends on it. Wow, that's not to scare the crap out of me. Okay, I'm going to switch to something.
Moving on. Aw. Okay, which one is this one?
I had that out of the way. This is Felix. I apparently I didn't think to crop these before I uploaded them.
What a cutie.
So, like, there's a half a cat. Okay, and there is a drowsy Fiona.
Fiona. She's so cute. I love her coloring. Is she a tortie then, or?
Yeah, and she went to jump up on me yesterday, and her nails, I can't get to them to trim them because she's feral. She doesn't want me touching them, feral by birth. And she ripped open my finger, and I had scratches up. She got startled by something. Anyway, and there's
boy,
Felix, and there's a half a Bella. And there's Nikki, my little.
Looks like my Bernie used to look like that I had.
And I'm not going to say little, because Fiona, Bella, that's Bella. Oh my God, how
Bella,
right?
Love it.
How adorable is she?
She's adorable.
Fiona, Nikki, Bella, and Lila. Lila is charcoal gray, Nikki's black, and this is Bella. They were all litter mates. And here, oh, you can't really see. This is my bed, and I get the empty part theoretically, and they get the beds. And sometimes
I love the beds. I love all the beds. I just realized that. That's great.
Nikki, Lila, and Belle, they are just big cats. And this is Maggie May behind. This is Maggie. Oh, you can't. I'm using my pointer. That doesn't really help you. So Nikki is the black cat, and behind Nikki is Maggie May, and then there's Felix, and I think Fiona and Theo in the beds. And I'll have to get better. I'll have to go in and crop these pictures and then reload them. But yeah.
Do they sleep in the beds every night, Julie? Do they sleep in those cat beds every night?
Somebody sleeps in the beds. Felix actually likes the bed. I'm not really sure. Yeah, Felix likes the bed, but yeah, and that's
sweet. So they share, huh? I mean, like will two go in one of them?
No.
Oh, okay, it's usually just one. They don't cuddle up.
I don't know why it's that way either. So, but I will go back to no background, and then because it's too disruptive.
Sharing them though. Sweet.
There's just a few of them. I have this dream that I'm going to be able to have them line up somewhere and take, the holiday picture.
Wouldn't that be great?
I think, I don't know that that will ever happen, but
Well, kudos to the person who's ever done that.
I
Should
know.
be like on National Geographic or something.
And there's so many of them that, I mean, it could happen. So here's my latest endeavor with the cats, which is I'm looking into building a catio.
Oh, you are going to do it.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, good for you.
I have a contractor coming tomorrow to give me some quotes on a deck and the catio, and
Yeah.
we'll see. We'll see how much I can rob from my savings, but
oh, they will love that. They will love you for that.
I hope so, and hopefully I'll love them for that, because actually 2 nights running was a pretty good night for Maggie May.
Good.
Oscar was in both nights,
Mm-hmm.
so I think she is not so disturbed when he's there. She doesn't feel like she's, this is going to sound so weird. I don't know if she really, they're like, yes, she really does think this. She feels like she's missing out when she knows he's outside and she's in. She's like, no, let me out, let me out, let me out.
Yeah,
let me out.
yeah, yeah.
Because he's outside. I need to be out. And but when he's in, she's like, okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, oh yeah, definitely. She knows that, yeah, he's out doing maybe what she would like to be doing. I wonder how Maggie May is feeling now being inside. They tell me she's really happy to be inside now.
Yeah, she's
I'm scared to say that, but that's what I just heard.
Thank you. And they are mostly correct. She
Okay.
is better and better, as I said, every day. She runs to the front door every now and again, and I'm like, oh hell no, you're not going out.
Yeah.
Backs up. She's
Right.
like, oh, okay.
Oh yeah, like I forgot. Yeah, that's what I almost get from her.
Forgot.
What are the benefits for her from her perspective? Learning to love inside is exactly how it came in. You know what? I feel like she's kind of protective of others in the house now. I don't know if you outwardly would be able to see that, but that's what I'm hearing, that she's got kind of a protective feeling of some of them, maybe in some of the cats in the house. Almost like she really understands she's supposed to be in the house now.
Well, I think there, in a weird sort of way, that can be true. She's funny. She's an interesting cat. She really, really loves me to pay attention to her.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if you're going to keep me in here, then you better get over here and rub me and love
me. Exactly.
That's what that boils down to. And I do. And the only place she so far likes it is on the bed, which is where everybody goes. I'd be nice if, we could spread them out a little bit, but I think it's just their safety room, and they enjoy it there. And I sprinkle catnip every night, and some nights I play with the laser pointer to wear them out. But interestingly enough, Maggie May and Oscar are like, what are you guys doing? That's not even a thing.
Oh, you mean about the laser thing?
Laser pointer. And so they are completely ignoring of it. They will not even acknowledge its existence. They're like,
please, we still know what that is.
We don't know what you're doing, but we're not doing it.
Yeah.
And so they just don't want anything to do with that. However, it will stimulate some play for Maggie May to play and chase the other cats. So she'll go after their hind legs and want to play. And so,
yeah.
So, and that's her saying, okay, if I'm going to be in, I'm going to, get my running on and
good for her.
On and my hunting on. And thankfully, as I've said, I have a very long hallway. It runs almost the length of my house from the front door to my bedroom. And so I laser point up and down the hall.
Oh, perfect. Yeah.
So they run up and down the hall.
That'd be a good ball chasing hall then too. Throw a ball down, and if they're into that, yeah.
They're not so much.
I know. Some are and some aren't. I agree. Some like the ball and like to play with it, and others are like, eh.
But yeah,
well, that's with all the toys that I've seen. Yeah.
Yes, I have a whole bag full of toys for them, but she is doing better, but she has her moments. And as I said, I think when Oscar's in, it calms her down a little bit. So, and I think I've trained Oscar that you go out during the day and you come in at night, and that's seems to be holding. So
Good. That's great. No, I'm really glad to hear that, because that's a big undertaking when you bring in a outdoor cat in home, to stay as a indoor cat. House cat, as my cat's corrected me that time and told me it is. House
there
cat.
were some nights that I was just like, maybe I let her out.
I could understand that. Yeah, it'd be tempting just to get some sleep.
Touch and go. So yeah. Anyway, so that's what, so does Spirit have anything else that they want to oh, they just said it's going to be a lovely, if not warm, spring day out. So go and enjoy it. Well, it's summer, really. It's not spring. But it looks like spring.
Yeah.
My orange tree all of a sudden decided to.
Oh, nice.
But the fruit has not so far been edible. So we'll see. Maybe this year. There's actually quite a few. I think I got 4 oranges last year.
Really? Oh, wow.
Only 4. And that tree is 10 years old. But
Really?
now there's like, I can't even count how many. There's so many out there. So maybe there'll be, some of them will be edible, I hope.
Yeah, I hope so too for you. Especially when you have a fruit tree, you hope that you can eat the fruit.
Exactly. I'm feeling very jealous of all the peach trees out there. They're looking wonderful.
Oh, yeah. 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 Good.
Anything else that Spirit has for you?
Yeah, to see if there's anything. Yeah, go out, enjoy your day. Maybe they're just kind of working off what you said there, Julie. And they said too, our guys just said, we appreciate you listening to us. I didn't expect to hear that. They just brought that in. We do. We really do appreciate you hearing the messages, because they know, our guides know that, working through us is something that really, hopefully, it's not always giving hope to people necessarily, because we're also going to tell you what we get, but we want you to hear the messages that we deliver in hopes that it will ignite something within you, maybe make a shift within you. And they're showing me again that water piece. For myself, I'm just going to kind of end with my piece of just, again, the valuing water and just loving it. And they were really emphasizing that and bringing that up again. So I we just want to mention that again.
Wasn't sure if it was going to come out or not.
Bless you. Yeah.
Yeah. Good messages from them. Thank you so much. And
yes.
we're grateful. We are so grateful for your communication through us.
Absolutely, we are.
So grateful to have that ability to do that. So
yeah, biggest, your guides, biggest supporters, biggest fans. They will often say it, and yeah, I mean, honestly, they're amazing, and we all have them. And so, trust some of those things that come in for you, because often it is your guides dropping in those messages. So
I love it. It is in drop-ins. I feel like I get drop-ins every day. Maybe not every day, but because sometimes I get drop-ins and I just don't pay attention to it. But yeah. I'm so glad you put a name to it like that. It's exactly what it feels like. And
yeah, because it just
write them down. I don't know why I don't, but I really should learn to write them down.
Yeah, I usually explore them if I have time. I mean, if they're, but usually, I don't usually get like the big drop-ins. As I said before, I got the virus and I got drought recently. And sometimes I'll get those, but like I said, I think they know that I need to pay a really close attention to it. And they know that that's their special way. Otherwise, I just open up and I'm talking to my guides, and they still will give me information, but those drop-ins are when I'm not actively channeling or communicating with them. And I think it's the same for you in that way, Julie.
Totally. And it is remarkable. I just, all of my life I've had that, as I know you have too, right, Tammy?
Well, I started more in my mid-20s with consciously working.
But I mean, those drop-ins were, because I just remember as far back as I can remember that I would get these weird things, these drop-ins, and I'd be like, what was that?
Yeah.
Okay, don't know where that goes or it's like picking up a piece of the puzzle. Where's the puzzle? Give me
Yeah.
the puzzle and then maybe I can figure out where it fits in. Ooh,
Yeah.
that was a good analogy. Thank you.
Yeah. I know. They like to use puzzle analogies with me too. That's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think too, just along that subject that I probably when I was younger, how it came in for me, because it wasn't conscious for me then, was through poetry. And so often, when poets, write or authors write, you're channeling a lot of times. I'm not saying always, but you can be. And I think now that's some of the ways it was coming in for me for sure, but yeah, anyway,
Very
kind of
good.
fun stuff.
All
But
right.
thank you for
So
your questions. Yes, thank you for your questions again.
I think that's it for today. So I don't know. Should I say it's Tuesday, July 27th, 2021? I think I stopped saying that, but for some reason I felt like I needed to say that.
Yeah, we usually post this anyway on the same day, so yeah, that works.
Great. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for your support today.
Thank
and
you.
enjoy some little part of your day. Find to enjoy.
Yeah, absolutely.
And until next time, we are Two Psychic Moms. I'm Julie.
And Tammy,
And we'll see you
thanks for watching us. Bye-bye.